There's a moment every grower eventually faces, whether they're tending a backyard plot or working a larger piece of land. You kneel down, pull a handful of soil, and it hits you instantly. This earth is tired. It's pale, it's lifeless, it won't hold water, and plants struggle no matter what seedlings or fertilizers you throw at it. It's the same problem people have been solving for thousands of years. From medieval farmers trying to reclaim overworked fields to homesteaders on the American frontier forcing stubborn ground back into productivity. And if you can hook your attention for just 1 minute, I want to show you how they did it, why their methods still outperform many modern fixes, and how you can restore even the poorest soil faster than you think. Many gardeners burn years trying to correct dead soil using slow, surface-level tricks. The truth is, the fastest way to restore poor soil is not about adding more products. It's about rebuilding the biological engine underneath your feet. When you understand how that engine works and what it needs to spark back to life, everything changes. Growth accelerates. Water retention improves. Plants can finally fend for themselves. This is where the real story begins. The fastest restoration, comes from rebuilding soil life rather than just treating the symptoms. Poor soil almost always points to one core problem, a collapsed soil ecosystem. The structure is gone, organic matter is low, microbial populations are starving, and, the soil has lost its natural ability to cycle nutrients. If you want rapid recovery, you have to rebuild that ecosystem. And honestly, the most effective way to do that is with a combination of dense organic inputs, living roots, and protective cover. These aren't new methods, not by any means. Medieval farmers rehabilitated exhausted plots by grazing animals over them, spreading manure, and letting nitrogen-fixing plants run their course. Their soils bounced back because they addressed the biological foundation instead of trying to force productivity through additives. Today, the same principle restores soil faster than anything else, and you can apply it with precision, even on a small urban or suburban garden. Rebuilding begins by feeding the soil heavily and consistently. The biggest mistake gardeners make is applying organic matter too lightly. A thin dusting of compost on top of compacted, nutrient-starved ground won't penetrate deeply enough to matter. You need mass. The fastest transformations happen when you apply a thick, biologically rich layer of compost, leaf mold, or aged manure to the surface and allow the soil organisms to drag it downward on their own timeline. This mimics the natural process of forest floors, where layers of decaying organic material rebuild the soil profile below. For practical application, just take a bed that has become pale, hard, or sandy. Spread a heavy layer of compost, about 5 to 10 centimeters thick, right on the surface. Don't mix it in. Mixing actually breaks the fungal networks you're trying to rebuild. Instead, let moisture and worms do the work. If your soil is extremely depleted, repeating this process for 2 or 3 growing cycles really accelerates recovery dramatically. Many growers notice better water retention and improved texture within just a few weeks. The true acceleration comes when you add living roots immediately. Compost alone just won't do the job quickly. What triggers rapid revival is the presence of living roots feeding the underground microbes with sugars. Plants actually donate up to 40% of their energy to the soil microbiome because they rely on it to break down minerals and deliver nutrients. The most effective strategy is to seed fast-growing cover crops directly into your compost layer. Species like cowpeas, buckwheat, sunhemp, oats or clovers create root channels that loosen soil, pull minerals upward and fix nitrogen naturally. This approach works in small spaces too. A practical example is turning a dead garden bed into productive ground in 90 days. Step 1 is your heavy compost layer. Step 2 is planting a cover crop mix immediately. Step 3 is cutting the cover crop down before it seeds and laying the cut material directly on the bed as mulch. You never remove biomass. You continually increase it. Mulching is the protective layer that locks in the gains. You cannot restore soil quickly without protecting it. Sunlight, heat and erosion destroy organic matter faster than you can build it. A thick mulch layer acts like armor, shielding the microbial world you're working so hard to restore. It keeps moisture stable, regulates temperature, and reduces the need for constant amendments. Mulch also continues feeding the system slowly. As it breaks down, it becomes food for fungi and insects. You know, medieval growers understood this instinctively when they used straw bedding from livestock barns, already infused with manure, to cover their fields. And, well, you can recreate this effect today with straw, shredded leaves, chopped cover crops, or wood chips on perennial beds. Rapid recovery becomes visible when these three forces work together. The reason this method works so fast is because it rebuilds the soil as an interconnected system instead of a stack of ingredients. The compost increases organic matter. The roots activate the microbial life. The mulch protects the structure so nothing collapses. Within one season, soils that were previously dead often show darkening, improved tilth, and increased worm activity. And in 2 seasons, the transformation is remarkable. This isn't theory. It's field-proven across generations and backed by the same biological mechanisms that have kept natural ecosystems thriving since ancient times. So, if you found this guide useful and you want more deeply researched, historically rooted, practical agricultural wisdom, make sure you subscribe to Farm Logic and share this video with someone who's fighting poor soil. The faster we spread good knowledge, the faster more land comes back to life.